The Never-Ending Exploitation of Olympians by patrickcc. I forgot to... patrickcc. Talk to me, Patrick. Let's get it.
When I was a kid, Olympians were living proof that hard work and discipline could earn you the world's respect. Today, we have Olympians twerking on the world's largest stage so they can get a boost in OF subscribers.
Huh? No way there's an OF Olympian, bro.
Plus, Olympic caliber athletes are resorting to softcore adult content to fatten their bank accounts. It's gotten so bad that British canoeist Rozentals has been suspended due to his edgy videos. And while
Nigga, you in the Olympics and you reverting to OnlyFans?
some have accused these athletes of selling their soul, there is some complicated nuance to consider. The financial reality of being an Olympic athlete in most countries is, quite frankly, embarrassing, which results in many of them working regular part-time jobs in addition to training and competing at the highest level.
I feel like I am one of the best in America, so if I can do that while I'm at one point working 2 jobs and door dashing and everything like that, then...
I saw it. It moved, nigga. It moved, nigga, and it wasn't because of the wind. You hit it somewhere, bro.
At one point working 2 jobs and door dashing and everything like that.
Yeah, nigga, you hit that shit with your toe, bro. You hit that shit with your toe. It clipped it. I saw it move.
If I didn't have to do it.
There's times where I don't even have money in my bank account.
Today we are going to dive into the broken economics of the Olympics, why athletes are resorting to selling their bodies.
Oh my gosh. Wait, is she an ice skater or is she one of those like I forgot what they call them. Yo, she dead ass is doing OF.
Why
Elise Christie. Y'all niggas gonna look this up. I already know because half of y'all niggas gooners. But bro, what the fuck?
Athletes are resorting to selling their bodies,
tantalized, and perhaps even a little surprised.
the good stories, the horror stories, and the deeply uncomfortable truth about where our society is headed. There's something special about the Olympics that just doesn't exist for regular professional sports. Across nearly all countries and cultures, the Olympics are highly respected, and they are considered to be the highest echelon of human performance. Therefore, winning a medal means you've trained harder.
What's that what you saying? What's that what you saying?
And outcompeted everyone else.
Most famous Jamaican of all time. Well, there is Vybz Kartel. Who do you think is the most famous Jamaican of all time? Is it Vybz Kartel or is it Usain Bolt? I'm gonna have to go Usain, bro. I'm gonna have to go Usain. At least everybody knows Usain. Not everybody listens to reggae though, so it's like, fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Usain.
On Earth. Even superstar athletes that make boatloads of money in their respective leagues express wanting to compete on the world stage, not just to prove themselves against global competitors, but because the games are about representing your country with pride.
Describe what keeps you coming back and making sure that you're a part of Team USA.
Shit, it ain't the money.
Every year.
I love representing my country for one, and the culture that USAB created since I've been in the league has just been family atmosphere, so I always love being a part of it.
For me to get, a gold medal is insane, and I thank God for the opportunity to experience it.
Now, competing in the games is borderline a part of our DNA. It was an ancient event that dates back over 1,000 years, and then was formally brought back by the International Olympic Committee in 1890.
That's why they're called Olympians. No, let me stop.
6 in the spirit of peaceful competition. Even when the world is divided, the Olympics have always been a place where different...
Jason? The fuck is Jason doing it? Alright, bro, you got it.
Nations compete on equal ground. You might see athletes from countries that don't have good political relationships standing on the same track or even sharing the podium. It's a reminder that people, no matter where they're from, still respect things like hard work, discipline, and passion. One of my favorite parts about the games is that every medal is officially treated equally. So any medal earned in extremely popular events like the 100-meter sprint, gymnastics, and soccer earn a country the same amount of points as a medal in less popular events like archery, rowing, and fencing,
Oh,
which
that's
means
nice.
that these more niche sports matter just as much as the popular ones.
That's nice. I actually like that. That's nice. It keeps it fair.
However, in terms of cultural value, public perception, and ultimately monetary value, not all medals are seen as equal. Now, you would think that the
Mr.
world's
Phelps.
most prestigious athletes, no matter what sport they are in, would be financially compensated in a way that allows them to solely focus on honoring their country in the games. But sadly, that is far from the truth. And that's because the IOC simply refuses to pay Olympians. The International Olympic Committee is a not-for-profit, non-governmental body.
Ooh, a non-profit entity. Ooh, shit. Non-profit entity. Yeah, these niggas cooked.
Based in Switzerland. In the 4-year cycle after the Winter and Summer Games, they generated $7.6 billion through broadcast rights, sponsorships, and licensing deals. And they pay the athletes absolutely nothing. No appearance fee, no prize money, no share of the revenue whatsoever. Compare that to professional leagues like the NFL or the NBA.
Because I saw some shit that said 90% of that money goes back into the sports. How? What are you guys putting into the sport?
Where player unions collect nearly 50% of the revenue share generated.
What is a sport without its players, bro?
If the IOC paid even just 10% of their earnings to the athletes, each athlete could get around $67,000 for competing. Also, they don't pay any of the workers at the events. Unpaid volunteers help the IOC and local organizers run the games.
Nigga, no way. Nigga, no way. Nigga, no way. And then these niggas want to be like economic exploitation. Oh wait, no. Never mind. If volunteers were paid a minimum wage of $10 per hour, the extra cost could be as much as $100 million. So what, nigga? You made $7.6 billion.
They typically receive uniforms, food when they work, and some minor transportation costs. Lodging is included. Paris had 45,000 volunteers. If they paid the workers minimum wage, that would cost...
Granted, again, this happens once every how many years, niggas? 4. So, if it only happens once every 4 fucking years, why the fuck, if you're making 7.6 bill on 1 year, are you not paying niggas, bro? It's once a year.
around $100 million, less than 1% of their total revenue generated. So that kind of begs the question, what exactly does the IOC spend all that money on? Well, they claim that they, quote, redistribute 90% of their revenue. But what does redistribution mean? Surely they aren't redistributing that money into the pockets of oligarchs around the world, right? Well, their accounting records seem strategically vague. They say that they pay $40 million in cultural and heritage costs, $190 million in central operating and administrative costs, $46 million to the promotion of the Olympic movement, $54 million in IOC operations, and my favorite, $46 million goes to special projects.
And granted, none of this even equals $1 billion. None of this amount of money that they are talking about even equals $1 billion. But y'all niggas don't want to pay $100 million to your employees. Y'all don't want to pay a dime to your fucking sports players.
And these are just a few examples of what's...
You know what's crazy? Niggas need to start. They gotta market, bro. I think niggas need to use their Olympics. Yo. Y'all think maybe that's the reason why Noah Lyles was doing all that hot shit and talking all that shit, bro? Because the Olympics won't pay him, so he was trying to get his name out there so he can make marketing for himself? Y'all think maybe that was the reason? Because, like, bro, that is nuts. Like, I think niggas need to use their platform when they get to the Olympics to promote themselves on, like, TikTok and shit like that so they can start making money, bro. Because, dog...
seems to be an endless list of extremely vague expenditures in the tens of millions of dollars. So which of these expenditures count as redistribution? And what do they even mean by redistribution? I don't know, but we know for a fact that $0 is redistributed to the athletes. That is actually up for the country of the athlete's origin to take care of. You may know that every country will pay its athletes for winning a gold, silver, or bronze medal, but the difference in pay country by country will shock you. According to CNBC, gold medalists from Hong Kong were paid $768,000. Silver medalists were...
Is this like in total? Like they were paid $768,000 throughout all of the sports that won gold? Or is this each? Because if it's not each, then that's fucking sad.
Paid $384,000, and bronze medalists were paid $192,000. The country of Singapore has a very similar payout structure, and these are amounts that allow these athletes to train.
Bro, but like, do you see the drop off though? You go from 700,000 to 300,000. 300,000 to fucking 150. 180,000 to 60.
And these are amounts that allow these athletes to train, live comfortably for years, and maybe even save for the future. However, there is a significant drop in pay from the second highest to the third highest, with Indonesia paying $300,000 for gold, $150,000 for silver, and $60,000 for...
And then, bro, Spain is paying over $100,000 less than Malaysia.
Bronze. These are still solid payouts, but shockingly, the United States...
Hold the fucking phone. Spain is paying their bronze medalists more than Malaysia is. Yo, this is fucking sad.
$1,000 for bronze. These are still solid payouts, but shockingly, the United States offers some of the lowest pay for winning. $38,000 for...
$38,000 for gold?
Gold, $23,000 for silver, and $15,000 for bronze.
Sunni!
Mind you, this is only paid out to the athletes that win a medal, and even still, it barely puts a dent in the cost of training to become a world...
Bro, I'm not even joking to you when I say this. $38,000 is like a little bit more than minimum wage earnings per year for like a few states. 23,000 is less than minimum wage for some states.
And $15,000 for bronze. Mind you, this is only paid out to the
15 is 100% less than minimum wage.
Athletes that win a medal. And even still, it barely puts a dent in the cost of training to become a world-class athlete. The Wall Street Journal did a study that estimated it costs between $25,000 and $40,000 per year to train to become an Olympic swimmer. These costs include coaches, access to professional facilities, membership fees, travel, equipment, etc. Three-time Olympic water polo gold medalist Maggie Steffens speculated it cost about $3,300 a month to train in Long Beach for the Olympics as a full-time job. And that's only if the training itself is paid for. If it's not, athletes have to pay for coaches, trainers, and gym memberships, or find those who will do it pro bono. Now, in countries like China or Russia, the government will actually fund elite sports programs. However, American athletes have to rely mostly on private funding from some nonprofit sports federations and the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee. For example, USOPC stipends range from as low as $300 to $2,000 per month, depending on your sport, ranking, and medal potential. That might cover your protein powder and one plane ticket, not your rent, not your coach, not your groceries, and definitely not your medical bills if you get injured. The only athletes who don't struggle with funding are those who received scholarships to universities with unlimited access to world-class facilities and coaches, or those with massive corporate sponsors. Simone Biles is probably the most recognizable Olympic athlete today. She reportedly earned $5 million per year in endorsements at her peak, thanks to...
And was it Simone that had that issue in the airport, or was that Sha'Carri? That was Shaqiri. It was Shaqiri.
Deals with brands like Athleta, Visa, Uber Eats, and Wheaties. But most of that money is tied to the fact that she is a celebrity with 12 million followers on Instagram. When she is competing, viewership shoots way up.
You know, I saw her in a Mountjaro ad, and Mountjaro ad, and I was like, why the hell is Simone Biles in fucking a Mountjaro ad? Now it's hitting me. Okay, she need the money. Well, probably not need anymore because she got all these sponsorships now. But like,
and corporations are willing to spend a lot to have their logo attached to her likeness. For example, track and field sprinter Noah Lyles was.
He's probably going to get into that question I asked a few minutes ago, but let's see.
Widely regarded as one of the most promising and dynamic figures in the sport. In 2016, Lyles and his brother Josephus decided to turn pro when they signed an 8-year
Josephus. Oh my.
Deal with Adidas. After winning the 100 meters at the 2024 Paris Olympics, he signed an extension with Adidas. And while the specific details of the contract were not disclosed, Lyle's agency, Global Athletics and Marketing Inc., claimed that the deal is, quote, the richest contract in the sport of track and field since the retirement of Usain Bolt. So winning a medal might help you out, but if you're not in a very popular sport or you don't have a social media presence, your chances of securing major sponsors are slim. A gold medal in judo doesn't sell cereal boxes the same way gymnastics or swimming might. And even if one of these lesser known athletes was able to secure a smaller sponsor by, let's say, like a local bank or a landscaper or some rich person in their local community, they couldn't even promote their sponsors during the Olympics due to IOC Rule 40, which restricts non-official Olympic sponsors from being mentioned by athletes during the game.
Yo, IOC is a fucking, oh my gosh, bro. I was gonna say it. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. IOC? Oh, y'all niggas are dirty. Like, actually fucking disgusting. So, let me get this straight. You guys won't pay me to be here. Unless I win gold, bronze, or silver. You guys won't pay me. You know what? Matter of fact, yeah, not even if I win gold, bronze, or silver, because my country's gonna pay me for that. So, you guys won't even pay me for being here. Right? You won't pay your employees for being here. They're all fucking volunteers. But I can't have my sponsorships I can't promote my sponsorships during the Olympics, which is the niggas who actually pay me. Hey, now I can see why some niggas don't even care enough about being in the Olympics. I can see, because I forgot who exactly it was, but I remember seeing someone say they wasn't going to the Olympics because they didn't want to be in the Olympics. I was like, who the fuck doesn't want to be in the Olympics? I didn't know about this, though. Now I can see why niggas will be like, nah, I'll pass. I don't want to be in the Olympics.
Games. So with a fundamentally broken business model, extremely high costs to be an athlete, and no way of securing funding, the only thing left to do for them is to get a job. 3-time medal-winning swimmer Nick Fink, 3x3 basketball player Canyon Barry, and rock climber Jesse Grouper all worked as engineers while training, which is an honorable career. But not everyone can find a salary job that covers all basic needs. American boxer Morel McCain said she worked several paid-by-the-hour flexible jobs. She tried being a birthday party clown, a daycare supervisor, and a mailroom worker.
Imagine being an Olympic boxer. No, like not even like let's take off all the other sports. Imagine being an Olympic boxer, meaning you got hands and you got to dress up in a clown costume for a kid's party. Life of an athlete, holy.
To fund her Olympic journey. The IOC even funded a day-in-the-life docuseries called Day Jobs, where the description of the series says, behind the glitz and glamour of the games, many world-class athletes must work around the clock to fund.
This is gross. This is fucking gross. You guys made a documentary, which is going to in turn pay you fucking back to show how you niggas don't pay your athletes. This cannot be fucking real, bro. This cannot be fucking real. I guarantee you all of them niggas in the committee are getting paid, though. Those millions of dollars, I bet you that's going to the committee, though.
Their Olympic dream. They shared the stories of Olympians who were also doctors, dentists, math teachers, firefighters. These are extremely honorable men and women, but I find this so slimy.
It is fucking slimy because, yo, Patrick... Same wavelength, my nigga. It's fucking nasty. Cause that shit gonna go right back in their pockets.
Committee could literally just pay these athletes. Like, this docuseries doesn't need to exist if they just got paid. But
Yo, this is why I love watching Patrick, bro.
instead, they're throwing a camera in their face and saying, oh, this must be so hard for you to fund this dream. And the ironic part about it is that this feel-good documentary will probably make enough money in advertiser revenue that could pay for all of these Olympians' full-time salaries tenfold. Many Olympians just set up GoFundMe.
Literally, like I said, bro. Literally, just like I said, man. Me and Patrick, same wavelength, bro. Because there's no fucking way. Defund the Olympics, bro.
Badminton player Jenny
Defund the
Zhai got
Olympics.
nearly...
I'm sorry, bro, but there's no way these niggas are making billions of dollars and not a dime is going to athletes. Not a dime. You're fucking joking.
$22,000. Table tennis player Kanak Jha raised over $30,000. But even relying on the kindness of others is extremely exhausting. As you can imagine, many Olympians
And unreliable because there's no guarantee that you're gonna make that $100,000 goal that you set. You know what I'm saying?
get fed up, and it becomes difficult to suppress those emotions. American discus thrower Veronica Fraley tweeted, I compete in the Olympic Games tomorrow and I can't even pay my rent. My school only sent about 75% of my rent while they pay football players who haven't won anything enough to buy new cars and houses. The tweet went viral, and hours later, her rent was paid by rapper Flava Flav.
Flava Flav. Flava Flav.
And Reddit's co-founder Alexis Ohanian, who sent the athlete thousands of dollars. At a certain point, some athletes stop waiting for a stipend, a sponsor, or some miracle donation from a celebrity. When you've trained your whole life to represent your country at the highest level, only to be told there's no money left for rent, food, or healthcare, it's not hard to see why some athletes reach a breaking point. And when the system leaves you with no real support, no real income, and no rules about how you can make money, some start looking at options they might one day.
You know what? Who was that girl? Elise? Whatever her name was? I take it back, bruh. I take it back. After learning all of that shit right there, go ahead and do your OF, bro. Go and do your OF. I actually don't even care. Like, this is one of those instances where, like, I actually implore you to do this shit, bro. Because a nigga like me, OF never the route. And like a nigga like me, I always say OF is never the route. But bro, you're an Olympic athlete and they don't even pay you a dime. Nigga, do it. Do it. At this point, bro, just do it. Just do it. I know there's probably other methods you can take, but like, bro, OF has a, how do you say this? It does have a reputation of paying good looking women lots of fucking money, because these gooners that get no women and all fucking day, they spend thousands upon millions of dollars on this shit, bro.
Regret, like OnlyFans. Canadian track and field star Alysha Newman created her OF account at the height of the pandemic. She regularly posted content ranging from training sessions to explicit photo shoots and videos. And according to Alysha, she initially had reservations about joining the platform, revealing that her first discussion was with her family. I said, I know there's a lot of stigma behind this website, and this is new to me, but what do you think? I remember my sister said, if you don't try, how would you ever know? And she was right. If I didn't go on it then I wouldn't be on it now. Clearly something resonated.
You know what? Go ahead and get that bag, girl, bro, because after learning the Olympics don't pay y'all niggas nothing, but they make billions of dollars, go ahead and do that OF, girl. I actually have nothing to say about that, bro. Like, go get your money, bro, because that shit is so fucking crazy. Olympics is fucking nasty, bro. They're slimy for that. The committee, IOC, niggas slimy as shit, bro. Reddit, here I come in GTA.
With me, and it changed my life completely. I get excited about what people ask for. It gives me a good insight into what people are thinking about me. Lots of people have asked for photos of all my medals lined up. They love that stuff.
Wow. See, and that's cool, because like people are paying her probably hundreds of dollars or whatever just to see a picture of all her medals. That's fucking awesome. However, my nigga, this is OnlyFans. Get to stripping. I'm just joking, bro.
And she's describing joining this platform as an ambitious and honorable adventure that is merely just a great way to connect with her fans.
At the same time, though, OnlyFans is full of gooners, though. OF is full of gooners, though. So even though she does get those wholesome ones, I know she getting some shit that's like, yo, let me see that ass.
Notice that a lot of athletes put this fluffy language to sugarcoat what they are actually doing, which is charging gooners to goon.
Not really. We just saw the splits, bro. The smaller countries. Some of the smaller countries. We saw the split. Some of the smaller countries. Wait, which countries were it? Hong Kong, Singapore, and Hong Kong and Singapore. After Singapore, the shit drops from 700,000 to 300,000 if you win a gold medal. But yeah, you're right. Most of the small ones, because US was paying like 30K for a gold medal. That's not enough, bro. That's a minimum wage amount right there. If you won bronze, nigga, you was getting 15K. That's below federal minimum wage.
To their NSFW pictures and videos.
And again, this isn't the Olympics paying these niggas. The Olympics is making $7 billion and not a dime of it goes to the athletes. The country has to do it. The country has to pay these niggas.
So it launched it, went super
Fuck the Olympics,
well.
bruh. Fuck the Olympics. Now I can see why niggas say they don't want to do the Olympics. That shit's slimy as fuck. And you know what? It's not the Olympics itself. It's IOC, the committee. That shit is slimy, bro. I can see why niggas will be like, I don't want to be in the Olympics. I used to question that shit, but now I'm like, bro, after seeing this shit, I can see why niggas don't want to do that shit.
I think I had in like 45 minutes, I had like 45,000 people sign up. And I think it was like $29.99 at that time. And
oh yeah, that's bread.
I'm like, okay.
So granted, right? I saw these splits in another patrickcc video from a while ago, right? YouTube takes about 70%, right? Twitch does 50-50 again, which is stupid as shit, but like they also put that thing in now to where like if you get a certain amount of subs for this, that, and the third, you can get that 70-30 split. OF, I heard only takes 10%, right? So let's say she got 45,000 people to sign up and her subscription was $29.99 before taxes. What is 10% of this? You might be asking. Well, let's see. I did that wrong, didn't I? God damn it! Okay, was it 13? Fuck. Okay, where's this shit at? I forgot how to use a calculator. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Is it times 0.1? There we go. It is times 0.1. I don't know why I did the 1 point. When you do 1 point, whatever the percentage is, that's when you're like trying to add tax, right? So let's say you're buying something that is $134,955, right? And then let's say tax in your state is 6%. Then you do times 1.06. So then after taxes, your shit would be $143.52 or $143,000.52 and then 30 cents. Right? Now, let's take it back, right? Because this is all that OF is taking from her, right? $134,955. So if we do, boom, minus $134,955, she's still taking home 1.2 mil from 45,000 people showing up to her OF. That is more than she would make winning a gold medal in the top country, of Hong Kong in the Olympics. And guess what? She got this much in 45 fucking minutes. 45 fucking minutes, bro. Now, we're no stranger to knowing that OF pays more than athletes. Okay, Sophie Rain made more money in 1 year than fucking Jason Tatum's whole fucking contract. She made more in a year than Jason Tatum's whole fucking contract. So we're no stranger to that. But it's just like, bro, the Olympics could pay more, bro. You niggas don't even pay your employees. They're just volunteers to y'all. And if you paid them at even $10 an hour, it'd just be $100 million. But you guys are making $7 billion. It's not even scratching the amount of money you're making.
So people are interested, and I'm good at sharing.
I had to go on a little tangent there because I'm actually really pissed about this whole thing.
These numbers, again, like now everyone's like, you got to be more careful, like what you share. But at that time, it was like, wait, so people do care. It like reassured me that like people are interested in what Alysha Newman's doing.
45,000 subs at 30.
I just did all this math and Patrick is about to do it in the video for us, bro. Oh my god, bruh. Okay.
$30 a piece. That's $1.3 million. Mind you, at this point, Alysha was a no-name pole vaulter. She got 17th place at the Rio Games and did not even advance to the finals in the Tokyo Games. But in 45 minutes, she made more money than the top 1% of Olympians.
Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, Patrick. Yo, I'm so fucking mad that I just did all that and for him to do it in like 5 seconds, bro. Oh my god.
And I feel like I need to say this clearly. When a woman launches an OF, people expect that it's nude pics or prom. Now, Alysha said that she was just planning on vlogging her adventures as an Olympian, but the vast majority of people who paid $30 just want to see goon material. Here is a down bad thread of presumably men saying,
"Don't subscribe to her OF. Is a scam. She only shows her tits." She wants 200 for her VIP. Have you tried that? Don't become a VIP. It's a scam. Yeah, I made that mistake of doing that, and you're totally right. A real scam.
How her OF is a scam because she isn't revealing enough. Specifically, some who admitted to paying $200 for
Stupid
VIP.
Stupid ass niggas. Hey, bruh. Hey, bruh. One thing I will say about these women who do OF, bro. You can get a nigga if he's horny enough to commit to spend as much money as possible, bro. I heard of a story. I was watching this scammer video of, what's that nigga's name? Punch Made Dev. I was reacting to that Tommy G video of him. And he said he had once this nigga showed up to Vegas while he wasn't even there and told that nigga to send him money because he was acting like a girl. And he goes, okay, I'll send you this money, but it's my last, and I won't have enough money for gas to get back home. That nigga sent the money. Then the scammer said, yo, the cops are here, and that nigga skirted off. Who knows if that nigga even made it home? But that's the point I'm making here. These niggas, if you get a nigga horny enough, they will spend boku bucks on anything, bro.
Access to see more. And yeah, Alysha may have started this with good intentions. Maybe she did just want to connect with her fans and post a little behind the scenes content and maybe, you know, an explicit photo here and there. But the reality is the demand skews heavily towards adult content on that site. And when thousands of people are tipping extra for more skin, you get to a point where you have to satisfy those paying customers. Or they
now in Olympics, titties are leaked all over the internet.
Start canceling their subscriptions, and then you have to market your platform to get new customers. OF is not just a side hustle anymore, it starts to reshape their behavior. And after Alysha won the bronze medal in the pole vault at the 2024 Games, she celebrated by twerking on the world stage.
Imagine twerking because you won bronze, bro. Okay, let me not do that because winning bronze is actually a good thing, bro. Like, it's third place out of hundreds, right?
Good.
Okay, that's not terrible, bro. That's not terrible. She did that shit right in front of the cameraman, too.
An embarrassment. Guess she forgot she was representing her country and not on OF.
Nigga, shut your bitch ass up, bro.
While Alysha did get a ton of criticism for her actions, she even admitted that her intentions going into the games were to grow her subs. She said, I felt that, with or without the medal, getting the exposure on the worldwide stage would give me an additional fan base. And she was right. She said that her OF subscribers exploded after this moment.
Oh, for sure. Like, a lot, like 10 times more than what I've had on before. I can't say a real number. The only reason I'm not saying it is because as we speak, like, numbers are being added.
Now, if Alysha is not exaggerating.
Also, it wasn't that bad, bro. She just like did like 2 pumps and that was it, bro. I thought she was like, she started going in and started like shaking that shit for like a minute and then did like a split or some shit. Nigga, all she did was 2 pumps.
And actually 10x'd her previous subs, we are talking about potentially $5-10 million. So now you have to ask, what exactly are we incentivizing here? If an Olympic medalist sees more
those abs are nuts.
Financial success in going viral for being provocative,
like they're chiseled, bro. There's something about defined muscles that's so crazy to me. Like that's what I wanna do, bro. I don't wanna just be buff, bro. I wanna be defined. I want niggas to see every fucking muscle going. Well, maybe not every muscle, because there is a limit to that too, bro. Because sometimes I be seeing these niggas out here, and you can see literally every single muscle, bro. And I'm like, ugh.
For being elite at their
like, I want like a healthy medium. You know what I'm saying? Of being ripped, but not like, oh my god, you can see every fucking muscle in this dude's body. It's
sport. Then the games aren't just a competition anymore. They're a marketing funnel for adult
I can't lie. This is a fire pick, though. This is a fire ass pick, though. She's in the air, I think. Right? Is she in the air? Yeah, bro. She's in the air. This is a fire picture.
And the games aren't just a competition anymore. They're a marketing funnel for adult explicit content. And Alysha's success on OF has led to countless Olympians following her lead. Jack Lauer is a decorated Olympian springboard diver, earning 1 gold medal for the 3-meter synchronized and 1 silver medal for the 3-meter springboard at the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Games. But even with this impressive resume, he just wasn't making enough money. So he began posting photos of his physique on OnlyFans during his preparation for Paris 2024. In his own words, just like most Olympic sports, there isn't a lot of money in diving. When I was younger, my dad would say, if you win an Olympic gold medal, that's worth 1 million euros.
And he's wrong. Because Europe countries, the first, France was paying $87K for a gold medalist. It's nowhere near 1,000 euros, bro.
But it's not. It's nowhere near that. And I can tell you that as someone who has got an Olympic gold medal. In defense of his career change, Jack claimed funding had not really changed since 2011. And over the last 15 years, he's only seen a pay increase of about 7,000 euros. But Jack didn't really need to justify his actions because podcasts and national news surprisingly cover these decisions with overwhelming support, or they make it into a joke.
Jack started posting content after the Tokyo Games. He says it was his dad who originally gave him the idea. He doesn't post any nude content, which seems like an oversight because divers very fit.
Also, they're known for their smooth entry and minimal splash. So
what's really wild about this though is Jack has now signed up for OnlyFans. Yeah. I was already paying to see Jack off the diving board, and now
here we go.
His dad made an interesting comment about Jack's content. There's nothing left to the imagination when you just wear trunks all the time, and he just posts pictures of himself as you would see if he was in a competition. It makes extra money for him, and he's pleased to have the opportunity, but it's nothing that you couldn't show your grandma. Lauer's account, costing $10 a month for a subscription, says, "Hi, I'm Jack Lauer, and I'm the British Olympic diver you probably heard has an OF. This page is a celebration of underwear and Speedos and a place to come and chat to the real me. I am still a performing athlete, so there will be no full frontal nudity. However, I do like to show off as much as I can get away with."
So
we are
basically
basically
like
letting
hiking him up a little bit so you can see his V-line, or like he turn around so you can see his boot.
extremely horny people determine that gooning to an Olympian's body is worth more than their extraordinary athletic ability
extremely horny people
that they dedicated their lives to. And we have seen athletes be pressured from fans and the media to join in on it, like French pole vaulter Anthony Amirati during the 2024.
What is the obsession with these niggas on the pole vaulting that want to do OF, or want these niggas that want them to do OF? They're like, it's the closest we'll get to a stripper pole.
Paris Olympics, Anthony attempted to clear 5.7 meters. He first clipped the bar with his shins and knees, and then as he descended, the bar got stuck on his crotch and knocked it down, resulting in a 12th place finish.
Oh, this nigga, bro, this shit went viral as fuck.
He should have been disqualified for using 2 poles anyway.
Look at this old nigga saying this shit, bro. Look at this old nigga saying this shit.
And while I wish we could say that this was just a funny moment that we could all laugh at and move on from, it proved that we may be at the point of no return. Following the games, the 21-year-old athlete earned tens of thousands of new followers, as well as a $250,000 offer from the adult website CamSoda. An article from TMZ detailed how CamSoda Vice President Darren Parker reportedly sent Anthony an offer letter outlining the
$250K, bro.
Deal. If it was up to me, I'd award you for what everyone else saw, your talent below the belt. As a lover of crotch.
Dog, what the fuck is this world, bro? The gooning is nuts, bro. As a lover of crotch-centric activities, you niggas need to go outside, get a breath of fresh air, and touch some women, bro.
Centric activities, I'd love to offer.
Whoa. Because now that can get misconstrued. I mean, like, consensually.
For you up to $250,000 in exchange for a 60-minute webcam show in which you show off your goods, minus the crossbar, of course. However, Anthony never publicly spoke about the offer. Similarly, French Olympic diver Jules Bouyer was offered a lifetime supply of underwear from the brand Shinesty after the internet went crazy over his bulge during the games. When we saw what Olympic diver Jules Bouyer was packing in his south of France, it didn't matter that we were an American company. We wanted to give it a gold medal and protect that front truck of his for many Olympics to come. Thankfully, Jules shut down all the horny freaks. He said, "It amused me. That said, we mustn't forget that it can take the athlete out of his bubble and that it can hurt. It was rather fun. I prefer people to look at my dives rather than my briefs, but there's nothing to worry about." And even though Jules showed...
So he's going with the light side like that one animator. They wanted that nigga to go to the dark side so bad, but that nigga chose the light side. But obviously, we have new players in the field to balance it out.
Showed resistance to temptation.
Somebody who even said, "I'm going dark side." There wasn't no, "Oh, maybe." No, he said, "I'm going dark side."
Countless athletes are giving in. Bronze medal basketball player Liz
Cambage. Cambage or Cambage, whatever. I already know about this one. And you know what? I understand it now. Before, a long time ago, when we reacted to that video of Liz Cambage being an OF model, I was like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? You could do this, that, and the third. Now that I know she was primarily an Olympic athlete, I understand it now.
Cambage retired from basketball after launching her OF. Gold medal German bobsledder Lisa Buckwitz joined the platform as well. German diver Timo Barthel, New Zealand rower Robbie Manson, and British diver Noah Williams are just a few of the many who are funding their careers through OF. However, there is one athlete that openly regrets resorting to this form of making money, but he was just bold enough to admit it. Mexican diver Diego Isaias, who was forced...
Nigga, what? How does this nigga have my name as a last name? Isaias? Nigga, that's the nastiest thing I think I've ever heard in my life. No, my name is not Isaias. It's just Isaiah, bro. Let's do it. Ugh.
In synchronized, he was just bold enough to admit it. Mexican diver Diego Isaias, who was 4th in synchronized diving on the 10-meter platform at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, said that he was desperate for money after he and his colleagues were impacted by a dispute between World Aquatics and Ana Guevara, the head of Mexico's National Sports Commission. According to Diego, they stopped providing monthly payments for aquatics athletes.
I would.
In January of 2023, we train 8 hours a day.
Y'all probably already know what I was gonna say, but I'm not gonna do it.
Hey, it's a high-performance sport that takes up a lot of our time, and we see it as a job, as it should be. So we see the scholarship as a salary that gives us enough to live on. And although Diego created his OF to fund his journey to the Olympic Games and prepare for his competition, he also needed the income for his mother. It occurred to me to open it because you are always looking for a way to make income. I support my house and my mother, and I have bills to pay, and you can upload whatever you want.
Wait, his name is Diego Beleza? I thought he said Isaias.
In there. I am happy that the people who are in my page have been very good and respectful. I hope they continue like this. Diego charged a monthly fee of $15 to access his content, but offered quarterly packages for $40. He said, "The money I now receive is very volatile, but it has served me well so far. I'm not a person who's embarrassed about my body. I've worked on my body for 20 years, and I also want to break that taboo." Still, Diego needed to compete at the World Championships in Japan in July of 2023 to qualify for the Paris Olympics. Unfortunately, Diego failed to qualify for the games and planned to close his OF account, stating that the experience left him feeling dejected. Now, when he launched his account, he was using that same kind of fluffy language that Newman and Lara were using, talking about breaking taboos and connecting with fans and being proud of what they are posting. But without the same level of success on OF and failing to move up in the Olympics, Diego revealed what he really felt about the whole thing. He said, "I firmly believe that no athlete does this because they like it. It's always going to be because you need to." The same exact sentiment.
Oh, I see his name. Oh, no wonder why they refer to him as that. That's his middle name, and I'm sure he likes to use that instead of Isaias, because
they like it, it's always going to be because you need to. The same exact sentiments were expressed by British canoeist Kurt Adams Rozentals, who was suspended by Paddle UK for his OF content. Paddle UK is the national governing body for canoeing, kayaking, and paddle sports in Britain. They're in charge of everything from Olympic team selection to coaching programs and training standards. For elite athletes, they're the ones who decide who gets funding, who competes, and who doesn't. So when they suspended Kurtz, that meant that his Olympic dreams were over, forcing him to choose between making content on OF and chasing the gold.
Yeah, you know, it's questionable, but it's definitely legal. And since I started in January,
Oh yeah, I know it's a lot of niggas that doing that shit, bro.
January 10th, a couple of days ago, across the 6-figure mark, which for somebody who comes from no money, that is insane.
So you're earning more than £100,000 in less than 6 months.
I want to make it clear, I don't believe this is how the world should be, but yeah, it's been absolutely shocking.
Throughout this interview, Kurtz made it.
Here's the thing, though, that people don't realize about these OF things, bro. You hear all these success stories from OF models. Think about it like this, though. Think about all the Okay. Think about all the girls on there that are doing OF content, naked, showing their goods, having sex on cam, and they're not getting any subscribers. They got like 2 or 3 subs, 5 subs maybe. Think about those girls, because they exist, bro. Those niggas that not getting any subs, but they still showing they shit, sucking shit on camera, having sex on this, that, and the third. There's still some that ain't getting no fucking subs, bro. But you got your body and your face all over the camera, all over the internet, and you not making no money. It exists, bro.
Very clear that he doesn't like OF, he doesn't think he should have to resort to this, and he would quit if there was a better option.
Yeah.
It's questionable.
I'm sure 90% of these Olympic athletes that resorted to OF would agree with that too.
And I just want to make it clear, I didn't grow up wanting to be an OnlyFans creator. I've tried everything to supplement sport. I did freelance video editing, working to the night. You can't train.
Sounds like you're making loads of money from this, though. I mean,
I
given
did
the
Amazon
choice,
warehouse. I've done everything. I just want to make it clear.
if
On
the
TV.
choice is
Similarly,
Nigga, let him speak, bro. You the interviewer, yes, but let him speak, nigga. What the fuck?
Paraguayan swimmer Luana Alonso also joined OF.
Clear
if
on
the
TV.
choice is
Similarly, Paraguayan swimmer Luana Alonso also joined OF, but was kicked out of the Olympic Village for creating an inappropriate environment with her behavior, which many assume that this behavior was whatever she was.
I mean, let me say this. Personally, I don't find her that attractive. Personally. However, she looks like the type that would be like a top creator on OF. She does. Let's just be honest here. She looks like the type that would be a #1 creator on OF. Do I find her attractive? Not really.
Doing to create content for her OF. She's only 21 years old, which could be her athletic prime, but has now retired, which again many assume is because her online following is much more rewarding than chasing Olympic medals. It seems like the public's general opinions on this matter are split, but many are supportive. From a financial perspective, the choice is obvious. The IOC's business model is fundamentally designed to make them billions of dollars and does not even consider paying the athletes a dime. It's a disgrace. With OF, athletes get consistent money, a direct customer base, and a way to stay financially independent in a system that refuses to pay them. For some athletes, this might be the only way to continue chasing their dreams without working 3 side jobs or begging for sponsors. And yeah, there's a certain satisfaction in watching these athletes beat the greedy system by monetizing their own image on their own terms. This might be a hot take, but I think that it's positive that OF is becoming more normalized. Sex workers have been demonized in society for a long time, and nudity and sex are not evil or immoral. And while it is true that these things are not inherently bad, in fact, they are natural. But there is a massive underbelly of OF and X work that is dark, complicated, and overlooked. At the end of the day, OF creators are running a business, and their customers are likely goon addicts. Once they determine that what you are posting is not good enough, they might start making extreme or degrading requests for large sums of money. A refusal could lead to obsessive fans committing content leaks, doxing, stalking, revenge prawn addiction, stuff that can completely destroy someone's sense of safety and privacy.
And yes, they do leak their shit. This nigga Kendrick is right now on Reddit in GTA looking up leaks.
Patriarchy has convinced women that doing degrading acts and showing their naked bodies for the consumption of other strangers is empowering. What might feel empowering in the moment can follow someone for the rest of their life. So
Reddit, here I come. Hey, mad niggas, I got Reddit open in GTA. These are comments you've said, bro.
While we can applaud these athletes for finding creative ways to survive a broken system, we also have to admit that this solution is just another kind of exploitation, one that pretends to be freedom.
Only OF is not a safe platform for X work. It's a pimp. Nigga, what? They only take 10%, that's 1. And 2, the girls do everything. The girls decide how much content they post. What are we talking about?
And it's
what kind of fucking line is that?
At some point, we just have to draw a line. If the system is so broken that the only way to make a livable wage is to sexualize yourself online, especially when you're in a respected position like representing your country on a global stage, that should be concerning. Imagine if a school teacher started an OnlyFans because their salary couldn't cover their rent or health care. Most people wouldn't applaud that as empowerment. They'd call it a societal failure. And yet, when it's an Olympian, we cheer it on because it's marketed as bold and liberating. Now, the US government wastes our tax dollars on all kinds of nonsense. Personally, I'd be thrilled to know if some of the money was going to Olympians. People who actually represent...
Shit, me too. Is that Shaun White? What's up with you, Shaun? I haven't seen this nigga's face in forever. That's the GOAT right here, bro. This is a top 5 white nigga of all time. Okay, I'm sorry. I said white nigga. Ain't no way. Tony Hawk, Shaun White.
Our country and inspire the next generation with values like discipline, resilience, and hard work. If we can fund nuclear war machines all around the world, then I think we can afford to help an elite athlete pay their rent.
Facts. Bro, change the thumbnail for the Dark Side of Reality video. Yeah, man. W Video Patrick, as always. It's crazy that $0 of the billions the Olympic generates makes its way to the athletes. Oh, okay. I see what he did there. There will be no breakdancing at the 2028 Olympics. I forgot about those niggas, bro. I can't believe they were doing that shit for free pretty much, bro. Ain't no fucking way, bro. What in the hell? It is just dancing, though, so it probably doesn't cost as much. But dance school does, and dance coaches do. So, W Video Patrick, I'm hoping that shit changes because there's no way you guys are making billions of dollars and nothing goes to the athletes. That's fucking crazy.